happy Diwali. May this Diwali light up new dreams, also blessing you and your family with a year full of laughter and success. Think positive and be positive in life. Wish you a very happy Diwali. Today I am going to discuss about Chinese remainder theorem. Chinese remainder theorem is used to find solution of linear congruence. But before discussing Chinese remainder theorem, at first I will discuss the modular of inverses. Okay, what is the modulus inverse? We say that integers a and b are multiple inverse modulo m if ab congruent to 1 modulo m. Okay, let n equal to 9. That means here modulo 9. That means 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8 are the element of the modulo A. We all of us know 1 times 1 equal to 1. That imply 1 inverse equal to 1. That means inverse of 1 equal to 1. Okay. Now look at 2 times 5 equal to 10, which is congruent to 1 with modulo 9. Okay, that imply 2 inverse congruent to 5 modulo 9. Okay, similarly 5 inverse congruent to 2 modulo 9. Okay, now let's look the 3. 3.1, 3 times 1 equal to 3, 3 times 2 equal to 6, 3 times 4 equal to 12. If you keep going, we cannot get inverse of 3. That imply 3 times x does not congruent to 1 modulo 9 for all x. Okay, similarly 4 times 1 equal to 4, 4 times 2 equal to 8, but 4 times 7 is equal to 28, which is congruent to 1 modulo 9. Okay, that imply 4 inverse congruent to 7 modulo 9. Similarly 7 inverse congruent to 4 modulo 9. Okay, if you look 6, then 6x does not congruent to 1 modulo 9 for all x. Okay, we now look the element 8. 8 times 8 equal to 64, which is congruent to 1. 8 times 8 equal to 64, which is congruent to 1 modulo 9. Therefore 8 inverse congruent to 8 modulo 9. That imply 1, 2, 4, 5, 7, 8 all have inverse modulo 9. Okay. My next proposition is a b any integer is invertible in modulo n if GCD of an equal to 1. Not if and only if. Okay. Let's see the proof. Suppose A is invertible in modulo n, then there exists b belongs to integer such that ab congruent to 1 modulo n. That imply n divides ab minus 1. That imply ab minus 1 equal to n times k for all k belongs to integer. We can write it ab minus nk equal to 1. Okay. We all of us know all linear combination of a and n are multiple of GCD. So we can write it equal to L times GCD of a times n. From this line we can write GCD of an must divide 1. That imply GCD of an must be equal to 1. And this is our proof. Conversely, let GCD of a n equal to 1. That imply there exists xy belongs to integer such that ax plus ny equal to 1. That imply ax equal to 1 minus ny. That imply ax congruent to 1 modulo n. Now let's see Chinese remainder theorem. This theorem first occurrence seems to be a book by San Taju Xuanqing in 3rd century AD. For this China mathematician, this theorem named by Chinese remainder theorem. But first solution was due to Indian mathematician Aryabhatta, who lived in 6th century of the common. Okay. The Indian mathematician Brahmagupta, who lived almost 7th century later, this is also known to have been aware of the problem as well as solution. Okay. There are certain things whose number is unknown. x congruent to 2 modulo 3, x congruent to 3 modulo 5, x congruent to 2 modulo 7. What is x? This is the question of Chinese mathematician. Basically, we have to solve this congruence. Okay? Let's see statement of the theorem. Suppose m1, m2, mn are integers that are relatively prime. Okay? Let the product be m, where m equal to m1, m2 dot mn, and suppose a1, a2, an are integer such that GCD of ai, mi equal to 1 for each i. That means all pair ai, mi are relatively prime. Then the following congruence: a1x congruent to b1 modulo m1, a2x congruent to b2 modulo m2. Similarly, anx congruent to bn modulo mn. Okay? Then this congruence has a unique solution with modulo m, where m equal to m1, m2, mr. This is the statement of the Chinese remainder. Let's see the general form of the Chinese remainder theorem. The proof of the theorem is very easy, so see it any standard book. I only introduce here general form of this theorem. Okay? This theorem gives a unique solution. Here the solution: x congruent to a1 modulo m1, x congruent to a2 modulo m2 up to x congruent to an modulo mn. Okay? This is the general form. You can see a1, a2, an and m1, m2 up to mn continuously changes. But here x is fixed and we have to find this value of x. This is the unique solution of the Chinese remainder theorem. Okay? That means our aim is we have to find the value of x. Okay? First step is find out the common modulo m, where m equal to m1 times m2 times m3 up to times mn. Okay? After finding common modulo m, we have to find in second step individual m1, capital M1, capital M2 up to capital Mn. Okay? Where capital M1 equal to m over m1, capital M2 equal to m over m2, capital Mn equal to m over mn. Then the third step is find out the inverse of this m1, m2 up to mn with respect to small m1, small m2, small mn. Last step, the value of x equal to a1 times m1 times m1 inverse plus a2 times m2 times m2 inverse plus up to an times mn inverse modulo m. And our motivation to find this particular x, and this is the unique value. Okay, let's see one example. Solve the following congruences: x congruent to 2 modulo 3, x congruent to 3 modulo 5, x congruent to 2 modulo 7. First compare the general form. X congruent to a1 modulo m1, x congruent to a2 modulo m2, x congruent to an modulo mn. Okay, that means here put the value. Here a1 equal to 2, a2 equal to 3, a3 equal to 2, m1 equal to 3, m2 equal to 5, m3 equal to 7. Okay, before solving the problem, we should confirm whether we can solve the problem or not, because in Chinese remainder theorem this solution exists if GCD of m1 m2 up to mn equal to 1. Here GCD of 3, 5, 7 equal to 1. That means these are prime to each other. So this solution exists. Now we have to find the value of x. Okay. Here capital M equal to m1 times m2 times m3. That means 3 times 5 times 7 equal to 105. That means capital M equal to 105. Okay. Now we have to find individually capital M1, capital M2, capital M3. Where capital M1 equal to M over small m1. That means 105 divided by 3, which is equal to 35. M2 equal to 100 m over small m2. That means 105 divided by 5, which is equal to 21. Okay. M3 equal to 1 m over m3, which is equal to 1 over 105 over 7. This is equal to 15. Okay. That means this is the value of m1, the value of m1 35, value of m2 21, value of m3 15. Okay. Now we have to find this m1, m2, m3's inverse. Okay. We all of us know what is the inverse. I have discussed it at first. m1 times m1 inverse always congruent to 1 modulo 3. Okay. That means here the value of m1 equal to 35, This is congruent to 1 modulo 3. Okay. What will be M1 inverse? Let's see. 35 into 2 equal to 70. Let's divide it 3. 2, 6, 9, 1. This is the remainder. That means here will be 2. Have you understood? That means M1 inverse is 2. Okay. Now we have to find M2 inverse. What is M2 inverse? M2 times M2 inverse congruent to 1 modulo 5. Okay. Here the value of M2 equal to 21. If we put here, we have to 1 modulo 5. If we put here 1, then 21 divided by 5, okay, that means 4. Here the remainder 1. That means M2 inverse equal to 1. Okay. Now we have to find M3 inverse. M3 times M3 inverse congruent to 1 modulo 7. This is 15. This will be also 1, which is congruent to 1 modulo 7. Because here the 15 divided by 7, this is the remainder 1. Okay. That means M3 inverse equal to 1. Okay. And this is the value. A1, A2, A3, M1, M2, M3, capital M1, capital M2, capital M3, capital M1 inverse, capital M2 inverse, capital M3 inverse. Okay. Now we have to find the final value x. What is the formula? X congruent to A1, M1, M1 inverse plus A1, A2, M2, M2 inverse plus A3, M3, M3 inverse modulo M. Okay. That means what is A1? 2. That means here will be 2. What is M1? 35. That means here will be 2 times 35. What is M1 inverse? 2. That means here will be 2 plus A2 equal to 3 times capital M2 equal to 21 times capital M2 inverse equal to 1 plus A3 equal to 2 times capital M3 equal to 15. Capital M3 inverse equal to 1 modulo 105. This is congruent to 140 plus 63 plus 30 modulo 5. Okay, this is will be congruent to 233 modulo 105. Okay, this is congruent to 23 modulo 105. That means the value of x equal to 23. This is the unique solution of the equation. That means x equal to 23. If you put this value here, you will get this answer. Okay.